Today's topic is hacking rogue IT.
I mean, with everyone, COVID forced everyone to go home. It was not just, hey, you're in the office, now you're at home and work is different. They had to find completely different ways of collaborating, feeling their way through the dark. And they found some things in the dark.
We did this so quickly that we didn't have enough time to actually effectively communicate all of the different tools that are available to people that aren't used to working from home. And so they had to go fend for themselves.
I think the other thing that presented a unique challenge that a lot of organizations went through was, at the same time this is happening, we're also trying to stand up and roll out brand new technology. So, there's just kind of a lot happening at once, a lot of change.
I think it's really important that our senior leadership as well as our board understands that there is this whole ecosystem that could create a lot of challenges for us if not managed well.
I think our leadership and upper management do have a general understanding of rogue IT, but there's certainly a tension point where it's, hey, if corporate office is not the office of yes, then we're gonna try to find a way to solve our own problem.
All right, let me make this one comment from Rick Woodward, where he said, I've seen too many organizations see asset tracking as too cumbersome or not, quote, agile enough, just not thinking that's an issue. That leads to rogue IT as a default, just through entropy over time.
Health and Human Services came out with this huge announcement about exceptions to HIPAA and the exception of enforcement so that clinicians could use things like Facebook and Google Hangouts and others in order to deliver telehealth. For them, that was just a green light to go out and use a video platform to care for patients.
Yeah, in a past life, I was responsible for some of the enterprise platforms in a large biotech, and we had shadow IT everywhere. One of the things that we brought to the table that turned out to be pretty effective in building trust between the enterprise IT department and these shadow IT organizations was the creation of enterprise platforms in which we had federated administration.
In healthcare, the bit is the patient is first, and whatever in any way kind of interferes with that, then you're just gonna have to stand aside. And that's not philosophically wrong. You do have groups who say, I straight up don't agree, and I need to solve for this. And you have to manage through that.
We are at the halfway point here. And the very first bad idea that I see got a lot of votes, let's reverse zero trust and have faith in everyone. Why is that a good idea?
I mean, if you remove the governance obstructions, I mean, you can facilitate more rapid go-to-market, and you can also have hands-off, and you can basically say, hey, use everything at your own risk. You can actually probably get cost savings by releasing part of your support teams because you don't need to support these solutions anymore.
Bring your own security. You're not implementing the security at the endpoint. You're relying on the individuals to bring their own security.
If you simply put in policy that every user is 100% responsible for the security posture up to and including termination, that's it. You don't need to fund all the other stuff.
They can be penalized to the individual, so then the responsibility falls on them. They understand the pressure, and then that becomes their job.
Absolutely. And if you thought you weren't getting uptake on your security awareness training before, you will, because now they are accountable.
Everyone gets to be CISO for one day, and during their tenure, they get to approve and deny whatever they like.
First of all, because I get to go on an extended vacation, so that's spectacular.
CISO actually gets to see through the lens of the caregivers and the business and the challenges that they're trying to solve for.
I would actually open the day with teaching a course on how to hack, and then I'm going to give you a link to all the tools that you need right now to hack everything. And then I'm going to teach a second course around lunchtime around the dark internet and how to go check out all the cool stuff.
Yeah. The reality of the matter is the data is the patients to begin with. It's not the organizations, it's the patients. It's only data loss from the organization if I put it in your platforms and then it gets lost.
Push security responsibility also to the edges. It's not just trust everyone will do it, but now you are responsible for your security at the edge.
It allows you to, again, completely forego having a centralized security function. If you allow nature to run its course and trust that you're going to be on the right side of Darwin's law when you come up the other side of it, what could possibly go wrong?
This is a good question from Philip Bayer. How have you measured the risk of shadow IT, and how can you communicate that to your organization's leadership?
When we talk about shadow IT, we lose sight and control of all the good work that we've invested in for the past 5 years that I've been there. Therefore, we need to invest time and resources to manage all these other risks that are to some degree measurable, but to some degree they're immeasurable.
Really good one from Eli Migdal. And is shadow IT the Schrodinger's cat of cyber risks? Like, you're only, quote, hit by it if and when you actually see it. Do you believe that to be true?
I don't. The unknown, it can bring its own set of risks. And even from a clinical delivery perspective, if we can't have visibility to the continuum of care, that could lead to an adverse event for a patient that's very tangible.
It's conceivable that it would not be a problem until it's seen and you can evaluate it. What you can do is anticipate what could occur and determine if you want to apply resources to going and discovering that.
I think Rogue IT is yet another educational opportunity for our caregivers and our business stakeholders. It's another way for us to have the dialogue around risk management, around the use of technology, and just as importantly, around the use of data and information.
Even though the rogue challenge is out there, it provides a real opportunity as a security leader to engage with the business and understand what their needs really are. You can leverage it as a mechanism to build relationships or strengthen them.
This was really, really awesome. I can't say enough how much I appreciate how active the chat room is. Bye.